Hey guys, welcome to another video. My name is Captain Sanjit, and through this video I would like to talk about medicals. I know we have spoken about medicals a few videos back, but in this video we'll be talking about we'll be going into the finer details. We'll be talking about which all tests you need to do in your class 1 medical, let it be initial medical or let it be at your 25th medical or at your 30th medical or during your renewals. We'll also be talking about which test is valid for how much time, where to do it from. We'll also talk about what all documents you need to carry during your medicals. Okay, so first things first, I had told that my 30th medical is coming, and I had also told you which all tests I would have to do, and I'm also trying to reduce weight. You can see I've reduced some weight. First things first, we'll talk about documents that you need to carry on the day of your medicals. Okay, so during the years, all these medicals, what I've noticed is many people do not carry these documents that are basically needed. These are basic documents. So I also, when it comes to the tests and all these things, all these details are given on the DGCA website. As we speak, I will refer to it because I do not remember it by heart. I'll also put a link of this, all the details below so that you can read it for further information. We'll talk about the details that the documents that you need to carry. The first thing is copy of your last medical. Okay, copy of your last medical or your CA35 is enough as well. Now if it's your initial medical, of course you can't carry it, so it's okay. So 2 passport size photo. The second thing you need to carry is 2 passport size photo. If you're wearing spectacles, you need to carry a copy of the prescription of your spectacles. If it is a if it's a renewal, you have to carry an NOC for delayed, early, or a special medical. Special medical is generally when you are coming after a period of unfitness, or after, let's say, a period of you have fallen unwell, or you have gone through an accident, or you have gone through a period of basic any kind of unfitness, any kind of operation, etc. Okay, so special medical is for that. So NOC for delayed, early, special medical, and any specialist opinion, report, certificate, investigation reports that is pertaining to you. And they are also asking you to carry 2 copies of CA form 34 and 35 in case of initial and reinitial medical. So generally what happens is you don't need to carry these forms because that is provided to you, let it be in Air Force or let it be in private medical centers. These forms are provided to you. So then also a receipt of the online deposit of DGCA medical licensing fee. Okay, so even that they are asking for 2 copies. So in brief, what you need to carry is 2 photographs, and if it's not your initial medical, it's your renewal, you need to carry your CA35, okay, or your medical assessment form. And then if you wear specs, you need to carry the prescription. And if you have any kind of issues or any further reports that have been mentioned in your previous medical or recommendation, you have to carry those reports, and also the reports that we are going to discuss right now. Okay, and of course you have to also carry a receipt of your medical fee, which you will fill up on the EGCA website itself. Okay, so the next thing we are going to talk about is what are the tests that you need to do. Okay, so first let's talk about your initial medical. Okay, so I'll read it out for you, and also of course I'm not a doctor, so I do not know the exact meaning of these tests, because in my case I just go to a local lab which is NABL or NABH certified. They mention it in this circular that the lab that you go to, or the hospital that you go to, or the hospital that the lab in the hospital that you use should be NABL or NABH certified. So what I do is I take this particular circular and I tell them that these are the tests I need to do, and they just do it for me. So it is as simple as that. So in your initial medical, what is needed is your blood, the full blood report, TLC, DLC, blood sugar, fasting and PP, then HbA1c, then there's liver function test, then there's blood urea and serum creatinine, serum uric acid, lipid profile, urine test, ECG, X-ray chest PA view, pure tone audiometry, USG abdomen and pelvis, dilated fundus examination, and if your BMI is about 30, you need a blood sugar test, fasting, and 2 hours after 75 grams of glucose. So make sure that you're not overweight. Okay, so again, if you are going to arrive at 25 years, next the big stage medical is at when you turn 25. So when you're 25, you need again a blood test with TLC, DLC, urine test, USG abdomen and pelvis, which is a sonography, PTA, which is your audiometry or your hearing test, and an ECG. Okay, ECG is for your heart. Okay, and every year renewal, before you turn 30, you have to do your blood test, TLC, DLC, urine, RE, ME. Okay, so every year before you turn 30, it's quite simple. Okay, so it's just blood test, urine test. Okay, and in every 2 to 3 years, the doctor might suggest you to do an ECG, which is your heart test. Okay, now comes your 30 years. At 30 years, you need a blood test, a urine test. You also need a USG abdomen and pelvis, which is the sonography of your abdomen. You need a PTA, which is your audiometry test or your hearing test. Also, you need an ECG, which is for your heart. Now 30 to 39, you have done your 30 years medical, and 30 to 39, again yearly renewal. You need blood test, TLC, DLC, urine test, and ECG. Now the difference, if you can notice, is from 20 to 29, you did not need any kind of ECG for your yearly renewal, but 30 to 39, in your renewal, you need an ECG every year. Now after you turn 30, every 5 years there's the big medical that comes in, which has a lot of tests. It has again blood, which is TLC, DLC, urine, REME, which is your whole urine and blood test, blood sugar, fasting and PP, HbA1c, liver function test. Then there's blood, urea and creatinine test, lipid profile, serum uric acid, USG abdomen and pelvis. There is PTA, which is your audiometry. Then there's also stress test, which is treadmill stress test. And there's also further investigations if necessary. Then after that, at every yearly renewal, which is 40 to 59 years, there is blood, HB, TLC, DLC, urine, REME, ECG, and there is audiometry every alternate year. Okay, and at 60 comes the big medical again. Then there's blood, TLC, DLC, urine, there's blood sugar, fasting and PP, there's HbA1c, LFT, which is your liver function test, blood urea and creatinine, serum uric acid, there's PSA, there's USG abdomen and pelvis, there's PTA, which is again your audiometry, there's an X-ray of your chest, there's a 2D echo of your heart, and there's also stress test, which is a treadmill test, and all these things. Again, beyond 60 years, you have to do your medical every 6 months. Okay, before 60, you had to do your medical every year. So again, every 6 months you need HB, TLC, DLC, urine REME, and you also need ECG, and you need PTA. PTA again is your audiometry. I won't repeat it again, sorry. 61 to 63, you need HB, blood, TLC, DLC, urine, blood sugar. You need HbA1c, lipid profile, ECG, PTA, and a 2D echo of your heart. Okay, and 62 to 64, again you need HB, blood, HB, TLC, DLC, urine test, blood sugar. You need HbA1c, you need lipid profile, you need blood urea, you need creatinine, you need serum uric acid, LFT, PSA, you need a sonography of your abdomen and pelvis, you need audiometry, you need TMT, you need 2D echo of your heart, and you might need many other tests as prescribed by the doctor. So I know I've been reading through these tests. I will try to put in a card for you as well, so that it is much more easier for you to remember. Now they're again mentioning that all the tests has to be done from an NABH NABL certified lab or a hospital, and they're also saying that the validity, we also said that we'll discuss about the validity. So the validity of your blood urine examination, your blood chemistry, your ECG and PTA is 1 month. Okay, and validity of your X-ray, TMT, 2D echo, CT scan, MRI, MPI scan, and your angiography is 2 months. Okay, so the validity is very subjective, so you can ask your doctor or your physician. In most of the places that I've gone for medicals, they are doing all the tests, and the list of the doctors and the places where renewals and all these things are done are already mentioned. All these doctors are very friendly. You can just send them a mail or send them a message. I know getting in touch with the Air Force might be slightly difficult, but otherwise if you're doing a plain old renewal, it is just very simple to just call up the doctor and ask about what is needed, and they will tell you because you're paying for it. So that's it, guys. I hope this video adds some value to you. Cheers, happy landings.